Hello and welcome to Internationalen's podd i studio. But this week we don't have our guests in the studio. We're speaking to them by phone. And it's Lorena Delgado Varas from Sweden, together with her comrade Dolores Perez Lacaro from Mexico, and they are on board on one of the over 50 boats loaded with medicines, food and school material, as in Freedom Sumud Flotilla are sailing now from Barcelona to Gaza to boycott the contrary to international law. Welcome to Internationalen, Lorena and Dolores.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you? Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. How is the situation for you? Where is your boat is called Huga, isn't it? And it's for women, 15 women from all over the world.
It's a great boat. Wonderful to share this with my partners, colleagues. And now they are sisters. Boat is our home, and we have, or I am very excited for to leave to Gaza and the corridor of humanitarian.
Yes, the goal to create a human corridor to bring in what is necessary to the starving people of Gaza. Dolores and Lorena, could you please move around a little on the boat because we have a little bad sound connection right now.
Yeah,
But we can continue to speak.
not the easiest. It might experience of other boats as well. We're actually now a little have quite a lot of around us. Maybe the interference. Hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Do you see the other boats in the fleet? Are they close to you, or?
Yeah, we're most of together.
And could we start with this, maybe it's a basic question. Why is this action so needed and why now?
Well, this I would needed a while ago, but we were organizations that get together to Sumud Flotilla. You know, at the of the summit, we did the global march with the global movement to Gaza, and at the time the Madeleine was get open up the human corridor to sea, and at the same time we had the Sumud that was coming from and stopped in Libya. The organizations got together with Nusanta.
Yes, so we're talking here about the activist projects that have tried before, but they have been stopped.
Yeah.
And as late as June, Greta Thunberg, the Swedish activist, was arrested and deported. And so we were talking about what is so different this time. But it's a much bigger fleet. We have 50 boats with people from 44 countries. Do you think that you will succeed this time reaching Gaza?
I think we succeed. There's a difference to the other missions that before. Now from Barcelona, were 44 delegations and a lot of boats in Barcelona, up in Tunis with more boats, more people, and more delegations. And then we will have ports joining in. Saw pictures the other day, Noah, for example, Catania, and so the mission is so much greater once before, involves so many more countries, and it all mobilization in the countries.
Mm.
So it's not just the organization that's doing the act. We have languages, we have more organizations in the countries. So it's wider, broader, it's big, and I think that's the force this action has.
Mm. And the flotilla's name is Sumud. It's an Arabic word meaning endurance and steadfastness. How do you help each other there on your boat to keep that steadfastness? It's day 5, right? And the journey is supposed to take 2 weeks. How do you keep the spirits up?
Dolores, he doesn't want to answer.
Yes,
Karen is
Dolores.
here. He wants. Karen is here.
Hi again. Well, I think the World Sumud is very beautiful because it sense even this mission, like you were saying, it's not to be in a for more than days. It's not easy to go from all across that speak different languages, different cultures. We think very differently, but at the end, uh, we do feel united by the cause of Palestine.
Mm.
That's very powerful. So we try to help each other as much as we can. We try to understand miscommunication. We all cook. Lorena come our all cook in this. So she's really really making us survive. So I sumud is the word in our hearts and in our during this long journey.
Mm. And you are you will do a stopover in Tunisia. Who will connect there?
We don't know exactly boats. We know that there are going to be more delegations. We have pictures of the people preparing themselves to go and the crews. Yeah, they joining. We'll be sharing all the information during this trip because a lot of hinders. There's a lot of security issues.
Mm.
We also have to be aware, and obviously going against the best army of the world. So, yeah.
Mm.
And I would also like that Israel is doing a lot of efforts creating a bureaucratic war for to stop the so that also be really good. Right now we know president of Israel arrived to Italy, so that's very important because just a couple of days ago, dock workers in Italy said that Flotilla was stopped, kidnapped, or any way they will stop Europe.
Mm.
We need to be very aware that also at the political level. That's why it's so important. States take action. Do not allow Israel keep continue this genocide and to continue threatening all in the world.
And Dolores and Lorena, this Monday, the International Research Group, IAGS, it's the world's foremost genocide researchers. They confirmed that what Israel is doing in Gaza, it fits in with the UN's genocide convention, as they say that what Israel is doing is genocide. This is not a war between two combating sides. But our Swedish foreign minister, Maria Malmer Stenegard, she's still not going to call this for genocide. She will wait for a legal process, she says. Lorena, could you comment that? And could you, Dolores, say what does your Mexican regime, how have they reacted to this?
Yeah. Well, regarding our minister, Jamal Mer Stenegard, government, the Swedish government has everything they can to postpone their actions towards Israel. They have been a lot of time no action. They're starting to change their rhetoric regarding, but it's just preparing elections next year. Every action they are taking against Israel, actions that they know are not to work or are not going to last. So when they are not to call it a genocide, even though the experts have called it genocide for now, it's one way to diminish the complicity we have in the genocide of Israel against the Palestinian people.
Mm. And Dolores, what was the situation in Mexico?
Well, in this situation, the government did not call say still say war, and we need to remember that Corte Penal
International Court,
the International Court say that or emit order apprehension Netanyahu. So genocide, in we need all government says genocide, because now we can see that actions in our phones and our TV, very, very direct.
So there are many countries, like Sweden is behind EU's deal that gives Israel billions in economic support. And neither our government or the opposition, the Social Democrats, are demanding a stop for arms export and no demands for Israel's blockade to be revoked. Is Sweden and Mexico and other countries like also guilty in a way to the genocide, you think?
Yeah, a lot of countries have the genocide convention, and the genocide convention says that you wait for a court to tell you that it's genocide. As soon as there is a risk of being a genocide, countries have to act, and they have to do what they can to stop it. And none of the countries have done really to stop it. There has been a weapons embargo, there has been a stop in the trade treaties. There hasn't been the collaboration between the universities, not at all. So none of them are doing what the conventions that the countries have to do. Moral and legal responsibility, all the countries that have signed the convention have to follow.
Lorena and Dolores, what you're doing now, it's not without risk. We must underline that. The flotilla risks to be boarded and shot at, and you as activists to be arrested. Netanyahu's security minister, Ben-Gvir, he has, in the Israeli newspaper Il Hayom, called you all, and Greta Thunberg, who is also with the fleet, and all other activists for terrorists, and threatened to arrest you and put you in jail longer and under worse circumstances than in June this year, when the ship Madeleine was stopped and Greta Thunberg taken to Israel and forced to long interrogations and going back to Sweden. And now they threaten that this will be worse. And the basis for the deprivation of liberty shall, according to information, be that you violate a forbidden military territory. How do you, Dolores and Lorena, react on these announcements from the Israeli government?
Well, I think everybody that's here on this mission are aware of the risk. But our focus should always be the Palestinians. Their situation is way worse than the situation we could be put in. Israel has always been being very, very threatful, activists, threatful against people that are human rights and doesn't respect any of the laws. And in that sense, it's really important that the government, that the citizens that are on these, do what they can to protect the citizens of these boats.
Mm.
Until today, first, I haven't seen any hint of the Swedish government that they are going to do anything to protect the Swedish citizens on these boats.
Mm.
And that needs to be called out. That needs signal out by the organizations, by the unions, by the civil.
And you, Dolores, are you afraid in this situation?
Karen
I
is
mean,
here.
Karen.
Well, I think it's a normal reaction of the body to be afraid, right? And I think that's good. And I think that's a good sense, because it means that we love life and that we keep in this world. But I think it's really important, and that really makes us strong. All the efforts people are doing around the world to support the flotilla, to keep demanding the end of the genocide. So I this flotilla, as it keeps moving forward, it will be getting bigger in the number of, but it will also keep calling to more act. So I think that this is the time to break the siege. This movement will not stop, and I think that if this flotilla even gets stopped, it will not stop efforts to keep trying to reach that, keep trying to break the siege. And I think really gonna be the generation that will keep doing it possible to see a free Palestine.
Mm.
Can I just add that I think it's important to highlight for the Swedish audience the work that the Italian Union is doing, when they said that they are going to stop any if they lose contact with the Global Flotilla. And also to that, the students, the Italian universities has also said going on strike and are going to stop any in the universities if the flotilla is harmed. I think that's a calling as well as the unions of different workers around the world to join that pledge from the Italian from the Italian dock workers and the Italian students to move together.
Yes, it feels so strengthening, right? That this movement, as you are so admired now, you activists that are on these boats, but it's also awakening as even more people will join the Palestine movement, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is not something to happen through us that are on the boats or the land helping us. This has to go through every single person that stands up for human rights. All ones, students, workers, everyone has to be part of this, because this doesn't only concern people. This has to do. This will have an impact on the future of every single country that is living in a system or is part of the system that we have today.
So the demands of Sumud now is like break the blockade against Gaza and also sanctions against Israel, a stop of all arms export and military cooperations, and a stop to EU's deal with Israel's as a trade deal.
Trade deal.
Yes, and also to support the BDS movement, the boycott, disinvestment and sanctions, and to build a broad, united movement for Palestine in Sweden and internationally. And you have faith that this is really growing, right?
Yes. Yes, the amount of countries that are joining, it's not only the delegations that are part of the Global Sumud Flotilla. We also have 3 delegations that were not able to come here, but they are doing their work in the country. So this network, this movement is getting bigger and bigger.
Mm.
And people are defying. Because there are a lot of governments that are doing everything they can to stop the movement. People are defying it.
Internationalen, we have a cooperation with several Palestinian journalists and photographers. I don't know if you've seen our stories, but there are inside Gaza, fantastic stories. And when you get to Gaza, Lorena and Karen, I hope that you have the possibility to meet them and talk to them and take pictures. So let's be in touch about that.
Yes, I'm really happy that you have journalists from Gaza in Internationalen, because that's what they need. Because a lot of people are saying, yeah, they need to open up for into Gaza, but there are so many journalists that are risking their life in Gaza now. The support of international newspapers, of national newspapers in other countries for work. That's really important. Karen.
And yeah, I think that this flotilla is also about break the media siege that is also imposed by these big, massive outlets from the global north to what's happening in Gaza. I think that it's also completely unacceptable that some newspapers are just working with Palestinian journalists as freelance during a genocide, and they can so easily wash their hands when they're killed and targeted by this Zionist entity. We have seen that with the Associated Press, with Brown, that they're literally just putting Palestinian journalists on their list as freelancers. They need to hire Palestinians. They need to protect international journalists in Palestine, and also keep demanding that international journalists also to Gaza, but to work with Palestinian journalists.
Absolutely. Lorena and Karen, thank you so much for being with us at Internationalen's podcast. And we will follow you all the way to Gaza. And thanks to all our listeners and our technician today, Göran Samuelsson. We will be back next week.
Bye.